Finally, here he is.
Where's your Christmas bug?
Where's yours?
Yeah, bro. I got it on.
Ollie, only me and you took this seriously. These guys, I mean, at least Stuart kind of got his Christmas tree in the background, which is.
Listen, your Christmas tree in the background. Hold on, let me go find a virtual background. Give me a second.
Wait, listen. The girl's name is literally Holly. How much more Christmas?
Yeah. He talks about Holly. She puts against a case about Holly in the eye. Everything's about Holly at this rate.
Wait, Holly, is your birthday around Christmas?
No.
Then why?
Literally, all the old ladies ask me this. They're like, "Oh, Holly, you born at Christmas?"
Yeah, it's like if your name's Noel or Holly, they are both like Christmas names, isn't it?
Yeah, my sister's Christmas Day as well. So,
What's your sister's name?
Isabel. Yeah, she's 18 this year, so she's decided she's actually going to celebrate it on the 23rd to make it a bigger thing.
Fair enough.
That reminds me, it's my dad's birthday on the 23rd. I need to get him a card. Thanks.
Give a card.
Just the card.
My anniversary is on Christmas Eve, and my wife's birthday is on December 27th.
Clever. Anniversary, Christmas Eve. You're never forgetting that. You're never getting in trouble at home.
Yeah, that's true.
That's smart. That's smart. Gudgeon, before you joined, I just went through basically rules of engagement.
Yeah.
We're going to start the recording from literally when you joined. You've not really missed anything. But what we've done, or what we're going to do, is I'm going to go in order of the people who joined the call.
Yes.
You're going to give your 5, 1 to 5. I've just created a bit of a spreadsheet. And then number 1 gets 5 points, 2, 4, so on. And what we will do is at the end, we'll do a winner based on points, obviously. When you've given your 5, going to ask all of you guys. I didn't say this to you guys, just to explain why that image was the one for you. Okay, so I'm stupid because I didn't download these, because it would be nice to actually see the image that you're talking about whilst you're talking. So I'm just on the website now on iprescribe.info for anyone who hasn't been on it.
Cheeky plug.
Shameless plug, absolutely shameless plug on my part. And then what I'll do is, as you go through it, I'll just sit and I'll just change the image. I read that the problem with that is if I share screen, it's going to stick to my screen.
No, but you can change Spotlight. So you go to share screen, and then you right click on the person who's talking.
Yeah.
And then you click Spotlight, and then the video, they will stay on that person will be the video.
Oh, so I've just spotlighted everyone.
No, because that's if there was more people, we'd all be spotlighted. So what you want to do is you want to spotlight the
I got it. Understand?
That individual and unspotlight everyone else.
Yeah. So we can. Oh, here we go. So replace spotlight, done. Okay, fine, not a problem at all. So first to join today was Mr. Wellings of ICET. And so, Stuart, buddy.
Yeah.
You are up. So if you tell me your order, do you know them by name?
Yeah, I've got them by name, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So do you want it in ascending or descending order?
Number 1 first, please.
Number 1 first. So first one was Pretty Bajra.
Yeah.
Do you want me to justify that first? Or
no, because then I can load up the image. So if I can add these into the spreadsheet first.
Okay. Number 2, Ritik Ganani.
Yeah.
Number 3, Deacon Hall.
Yeah.
Number 4, K Mariana.
Yeah.
And number 5, Hamza Ahmed.
Cool. Right. So that is that done. I am gonna just bring up Pretty's photograph, which I believe is that one. Why would it not come up bigger? There we go. Let's do that. Do a share screen. Do that. And I'm going to pin Stuart. Pin. There you go. It's all you, mate.
So yeah, basically, I just thought it looked like a really nice tree. It's just kind of captured my eye really. I think it's I suppose from like a DO perspective and doing a bit of contact lenses. Neovasc's always something I've been on the lookout for and hope to see in practice. But yeah, just like the fact that there's like loads going on in it, and it was just a nice captured image, really.
Fantastic. I mean, I agree. I think there was nothing quite as colourful as that. And
Yeah,
and Hamza will tell you, getting fine detail can be really hard, particularly when there's yellows and reds, because it just tends to bleed.
Definitely.
So I could totally understand why you went with that. To be honest, I think that is a lovely photograph. And what I probably should have said at the beginning, and I will definitely say again at the end, is I just want to thank everyone who took the time to submit, because you have to take the time, but also you've got to be in it to win it, as it were. But no, that's really good. Did you want to say anything else about any of the other photographs, Stuart? Ever so quickly.
yeah. My number 2, Rittic. It's just because it looked like a Harry Potter scar, really. My daughter's like mad on Harry Potter, so it's just quite an interesting little scar on there. So I quite like that one. Number 3 was Deacon, which was
the herpetic ulcer.
Yeah. But again, it was just, I think just the colour and the way that affected area stood out for me. I thought that was quite cool. I thought it was well captured. And then K Mariana, this one actually, I just thought that one. It could be anything, couldn't it? It just looks otherworldly. The detail in it, the iris, and it just looks like a crater or something. It just looks.
Yeah.
It could be like something out of space. That was that just as an image. If you didn't know that was an eye, that's still a beautiful image to look at, basically. And then my other one, Hamza, which was yeah, that was the other fluorescent one, wasn't it? From yeah, again, just I think the fluorescent images just look really good. Just the contrast of the colours. Oh God, I've lost it. So yeah, that was my sort of reasoning.
So I've changed my mind, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in gallery view, so we're all talking, because I just prefer it. When I edit it, I'll edit the images in, so that all images get a fair shout. I think that is kind of might look a little bit better.
And you can do bigger images, and you can sort of customize it better. Yeah.
So I'll do that rather than me faffing about with it in the background. Okay, so that is, thank you, Stuart. That was very good. We have up next, let's see, has Hamza stopped talking to his brother? Has he taken the parrot away? All right. So, Hamza, go, man. Number 1.
Number 1, I have got Fazila Umar.
Right.
Number 2, I've got K Mariana.
Yeah.
Number 3, I had, Abhishek Kara.
Yeah.
Number 4 was Radhika Rampat. And
Yep.
number 5 was Pretty Basra.
Cool. Go for it, man.
Yeah, so Fazila's image. Corneal imaging is incredibly difficult, and to get that much detail on a corneal shot is really impressive, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really impressive. It's really good detail. Really good image. And that was it, really, because for me, like you said, it's looking for that fine detail, because generalized shots are fairly easy to grasp. but getting that fine detail to such a degree of clarity is really, really impressive. Like I said, it was a close one between that and K. Mariana's one of the pseudo exfoliative one, because that's an amazing example and a really, really good one.
Yeah.
I think just the fact, because it was corneal capture, and I know personally, and you probably know this as well, how difficult it is to capture details in the cornea. They might have to decouple your slit lamp, control the exposure, just to even get a decent shot. Otherwise, you just end up bleaching out entirely.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and all of the images were great, but some of them were just like, okay, I wish I'd taken that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I wish I could take credit for that. And if I could have got away with it, I might have tried.
And then obviously, Abhishek's one again, it was just the clarity of the capture, definitely, and that lens opacity, it just looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Pretty's one is, like you said, it's an amazing image, and like you said, the clarity detail in there.
Yeah.
I'm probably a stickler for clarity, so I would have liked to learn a bit more from the image. It's just touch. But as a case goes, it's rewarded probably the most interesting one there, in terms of one that just pops out to you like bam, like wow.
I think that was a hard bit for me, was trying to go, right, this is not about which is the most complicated disease case. Otherwise, otherwise we would, in general clinic, potentially we would not get good images.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't see the rare and, the weird and wonderful kind of stuff. So it was about not getting caught up in the weird and wonderful, because there are a couple of really weird and wonderfuls in there.
Definitely. Because, like, it's me and Zach, isn't it? Like we said, our favorite things to capture are actually cataracts. To capture a cataract and capture a cataract well is probably one of the coolest things to do. But that's just us personally, because we love the imaging side of it. Obviously, he's stuck at home in Dubai with a cold in one of the hottest countries ever, but it's fine.
It's all that sitting in the air conditioning, isn't it? Messes with your sinuses.
Well, most I see of Zach is he's always lounging on the beach. I don't think he's ever in clinic.
Very true. Very true. And you know what? What's going to happen is we're going to log off later, and he's going to be at a party somewhere. And oh yeah, I felt better. And my roommates made me go out, so I went out in just a t-shirt.
That's a typical uni line, isn't it? My mates made me do it.
My mates made me do it. Thank you, Crazy Op Tom. We now have, please, Holly.
So my number one was K. Mariana.
Yeah.
And for that one, I think it was just the clarity. I really liked the image overall.
Give me 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll go into the why you like
it. Number 2 is the Fazila. 3, Simline.
Yeah.
4, Deacon, and 5, Bavin.
Bavin, yeah.
Yeah, so the number 1, K. Mariana, like I say, I like the clarity, and I think the image works quite well, kind of having half dark as well to kind of highlight the centre, and I think it's a great image. Fazila, I think, as Hamza said, it's really, it's difficult sometimes to even see the corneal nerve, so I think to capture it so well must have taken a lot of skill, and I think it's just an impressive image. And then I like Simline's image because it's kind of captures at the minute, it's very on topic with the mask that you can see, it's very moody, the image, and I think it kind of could be on the AOP website for about COVID and testing. So I think that's it's just a great image for now, really. I liked Deacon's image. You can really see the dendrites there. I think it could have been slightly, I mean, I don't personally take the photographs, so it's hard for me to comment fully, but I think maybe it could have been bright or something to show the dendrites more, or more fluorescent or something. But I think it is still a really good image to show. And Bavin, I think it's just a really interesting case of the iris clips there that you don't often see, so it's quite good to have a great image of it.
I think with Deacons, what he's missing is a Ratten filter.
Yeah.
I think if he dropped that Ratten filter in, because the way I look at it, I don't think there's a Ratten filter in there, and I may be wrong.
It doesn't look like it.
But if that Ratten filter had gone in, those dendrites would have gone boom.
Yeah.
And they really would have stood out.
Yeah.
And I'm a those so Deacon's one of that is one of the group in Kent, and they do a lot of essentially ophthalmology in the community rather than queues and things like that. So they get to see some of the most awesome stuff, and the ophthalmologists go, "Yeah, okay, well, why don't you manage it? And if you have a problem, let us know," kind of thing. So they get to see some really kind of wild, out there things. So, and I'm, it's so in that sense, it's great because that's a British optometrist managing something in the community that a lot of optometrists would feel that they couldn't manage or may not feel comfortable managing it. And so I think in that sense, it's a really nice photograph. So that's great. Thank you very much. And finally, of the live panel, Gudgeon, go for it, buddy.
Hey guys, it's been really interesting listening to you guys' views. So my favorite was Radhika's image. I think just the shine on the image. I think sometimes, I don't do imaging myself like this. I do ones with the like a Topcon camera, but nothing with an iPhone. Other mobile phone devices are available. But I just think that the crispness of what she's captured, the detail, the tone of it, I just think it's just such an amazing image. At first glance, I didn't actually know what it is, and I've since discovered that this is a type 2 corneal dystrophy, which is recurring in a full thickness corneal graft where the graft occurred 8 years prior. And I just think it's a very rare type of capture, and it's just my wife was trying to be really quiet as she left the room, and she dropped the vacuum cleaner. She wasn't even carrying the vacuum cleaner, was up against the wall, and it dropped. Yeah, so that was my favorite. So I know you wanted me to go through the others as well. Sorry, so let's go through the rest as well faster. Then my second favorite image is the one by Fazila Umar. This one of the ghost vessels. Really impressive take. Got the definition of just about every one of those ghost vessels there. I've seen one similar to this before, but it's just such an unusual find. The angle that she set the machinery up for was fabulous, I thought. My third favorite is Pretty Bazra's. Really cool definition on there, unusual colors. You can see she's put a bit of fluorescein in there as well, but obviously just decided to go with a white light capture. But again, just the unusualness of it is definitely very interesting. Number 4, Bavin's iris clip. Again, really cool image, something I've never seen before in practice. I think with this one, I think the positioning of the eye relative to again, I'm not a photographer by any stretch of the imagination, but the positioning, perhaps, if it was a bit more central and a bit more crisper, would have been done a little bit better. And my number 5 within this would be I'm going to go with the Rittick's Harry Potter scar. I'm not sure if that's why he's chosen it, but again, just an unusual image. He set the patient up in such a way to get the best style of that image, to get the best projection of the image. So I really like I really like the way that this image has been set up to take. I think this patient's also a contact lens wearer as well, which is interesting. So I don't know whether that scar is contact lens related or not, but yeah, that would be my top 5.
Thank you very much. So, what I'm going to do is on behalf of Zach and Carmelo, I'm going to read them out. I'll read Zach's out first, mainly because Zach just sent me the images, whereas Carmelo gave me a breakdown of why he chose the number one image that he chose. So, from Zach's point of view, he went with Mariana first. Then he went with Fazila. Bavin came in third. Simline fourth, and then Deacons came in fifth. And then with Carmelo, he went slightly different. He went with Simline in first place, then Mariana in second. Third went to Radhika. He had Brooke in at 4, and he had Bavin in at 5. And I'm going to read word for word what he's written about and why he's written it. Okay. I've given top prize to Simline because the image is a symbol of 2020 and our industry's resilience in the face of the pandemic. I also like how we're brought back to slit lamp basics with sclerotic scatter, which should remind us that some of the most useful techniques in optometry are not hard. Which, can't argue with that. Everything he said. Oh, baby! Hello, baby!
That was so delayed.
Man, that's a serious head of hair. Serious head of hair. Nice. Okay, so I digress, obviously. Why is your baby still awake?
He doesn't have a schedule.
Okay.
Is the answer to that question?
Oh, fair enough. Nice. And he's calm as, man.
Yeah, he just woke up from a little nap, so
Okay.
he's in a good place right now.
I will keep this quick then, so we can keep everyone happy. And then I've gone with, in first place, I went with, and just before you joined, Gudrun, we were just having a bit of a natter before. I found it, it was really hard to go between picking something that was super technical and really well done and something that, just a nice shot, different. So I went with gut feeling, and my first feeling, and I went number 1 with Simline. It was just such a different shot, and I think what everyone submitted, and no one knew what they were submitting, what everyone submitted, it almost turned into a bit of a cornea fest. And we're doing anterior seg, I get it, right? But it was all slightly funky corneas, and that was just so different. Her image was so different, and it's actually really clear. If you look at the image, if you look how sharp it is, even like that corneal section, I wouldn't have liked to be at the end of that beam because that looks bright. So mad props to the person who was willing to sit there while it was taken. But it was just a lovely image. Nice thing of the lids. Second, Mariana, and I'll explain why I thought Mariana's was great. Third, I went for Zila. 4, I went Radhika. 5, I went Priti. I really struggled between Mariana and Simline's image. I was like, they're both great in different ways. Mariana's, there's just something about it. Almost looks 3D, and you can almost see that pecs coming towards you. And I don't know what she's done. If it's just a slight angle that she's taken it at, but you just almost see it coming at you, and I just thought it was fantastic. I just thought it was such a lovely.
It almost looks like a painting. It's that, artistic.
Yeah, and so that's really good. And I kind of follow her on Insta anyway, and she does, and they beautiful images, really beautiful images. With Fazila's, wow, I mean that's hard, and Hamza said it, that is hard. And when I went for that third place, I was kind of sitting there thinking, right, which is a harder image to probably get, Fazilas or Radhika's, and that was a really, really tight call for me. And as much as I like Radhika's image, and I think that is an awesome image, it was just the subtlety of Fazila's image that just got it, because they got to be still, you got to get the light right, and Hamza will tell you is that that's not an image you kind of accidentally hit. You kind of, everything has to be aligned. The moons have to be aligned because everything is in focus, right? You're not looking at it and seeing a bit of the image is out of focus and you've just got clear sections. So that in that sense, it was really, really cool. And Radhika's image is just awesome because we just don't see it. So that had absolute wow factor. So it was really tough for me to choose there. And then in fifth place, I went with Pretty Basra's image because it was great. I just liked it. It was the colours and everything. It was so different. And maybe if we do this next year, if people are interested, we might just change the criteria slightly so that we have a bit more, maybe a bit more like maybe a technical section and just an out there section. I don't know. We'll worry about that. So that is everyone's answers in. So I've got to do some maths. All right.
Just a couple of, while you're doing the maths, can I just do a couple of honourable mentions?
Yeah, go for it. You guys talk. I'm going to count.
I just want to quickly talk about Raf Islam's image, which was a really, really good image of a foreign body. I think it's some sort of metal shard. Again, this is a very interesting one, almost from like an educational perspective. Just seeing the conjunctival injection was really, really interesting. I think I probably would have given this a little bit more credence if the beam was set up to show the depth of the lesion. Would have been, I think, a good thing to see, but still something interesting to see regardless. With Hamza Ahmed's image, I think again, the magnification probably would have helped a little bit with that if we were able to get a little bit more of a zoom on there, just to see exactly the detail of what we're looking at. So it's quite unusual in the sense of, what looks like some kind of corneal abrasion and quite a messy one at that. But I think perhaps a bit of magnification, I think, would have helped.
Listen, I'm just looking at Hamza's now.
Yeah.
And if you look in that sort of circle in the middle, it almost looks like a face. Like a guy in a
Are you
like
seeing
suit.
Jesus in an eye? Are you seeing Jesus in an eye?
It's got like a kind of
like, looks like a face.
It looks haunted. Yeah, if you see that right in the center of that circle, it looks like a guy with black hair and a black suit and a white shirt on.
I think it's that Peroni, bro.
It's Stella. It's not Peroni.
You're scaring my kids, Stuart.
No, if you look,
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you look closely at it, you can just kind of see this.
Wait, are we talking about the same picture? Hamza Ahmed from Dunfermline.
Hamza Ahmed.
You know about Charles Bonnet syndrome, don't you, Stuart?
He's not that high a minus.
Honestly, there's something
Does
about it.
anyone see it? I don't know what he's talking about.
But when it comes to
like a man stood in like a white jacket and then a leg.
Okay, we are reaching.
I've not seen the leg, but you see that little spot of light just to the right of it. You've got that circle.
Yeah.
It just looks like like a really pale face with black hair and just like the top half of someone wearing a tuxedo.
But yeah, I was saying, when it comes to fluorescein captures, though, Ratten filter is a must. A Ratten filter, you have to have it for fluorescein captures and imaging. It just makes life so much easier.
I'd like to give an honourable mention to Brooke's image because I think it's a good example of the iris atrophy, and I don't know about what you would think about his Hamza, because I feel like I bet it looks better on the slit lamp. The shining through compared to the image, possibly.
Yeah, a trick with this though is you want to drop your beam smaller than the pupil. The
Mm-hmm.
moment your beam's smaller than the pupil, you reduce that glare situation and you get a much brighter transillumination effect, and it'll come out a lot better. But still a very good image, because the issue with this when you're capturing on an iPhone is versus a digital slit lamp, you can control background illumination versus slit illumination, so you can still highlight the background enough that you can see it while still shining a bright beam too. Whereas when you focus with iPhone, it either goes stupidly dark or stupidly bright, and it's trying to find that balance in between. But it's a very good capture. I would definitely say, yeah, that's a really good one. And also the Manila's one is very nice, actually. A really good one of retro illumination to view lenticular.
Yeah.
I think with Rubina's one, it was an interesting image because the shape was really, really cool, the little squiggle at the bottom. But I think some of the clarity gets a little bit lost. And I think some of the technique, perhaps with the setup, probably wasn't quite right. Doesn't maybe do the image image justice, I think. But there's a nice little funky little squiggle on that one.
Yeah.
There was one for a chap called Abhishek who'd got a really good image of what I think is I think that's a posterior subcapsular cataract. Just a very nice, crisp, round image. Had the image dilated, so he set it up well. Had a nice wide beam. So yeah, that was just something that's it was a nice take of an image. I quite liked that one. And where else?
Shameless plug. Maybe we should try this competition again after we do the workshop and see if we get any better images, eh?
Good idea. That's a good
That,
idea.
that can be the competition. Who can take the best image at the workshop? Who
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get AOS to sponsor a PlayStation 5 giveaway. We might actually do.
PlayStation 5.
You can get your hands on one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to enter my own competition. Sorted.
But
Yeah.
it'd be what if he didn't win it?
I'd be really upset.
I'm happy to give away an eyecare 2022 pass to the winner of that one.
That'd be cool.
Nice. Shameless plugs. Go for it. We love shameless plugs. Right, I'm almost there. I promise. I've just got to do one more, and then we're almost done. 3. Just got to tally up Bavin's points.
Stu, any highlights for your upcoming eyecare conference?
An imaging slit lamp imaging masterclass with the slit lamp imaging master himself, Hamza, the crazy Optom.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to teach how to take a proper picture as well.
Definitely. So yeah, so eyecare 2021, an online conference on the 17th and 18th of January. So yeah, you can book www.eyecare.education. So yeah, get your bookings in.
Kabir sounds excited.
You know, he does this funny thing where when he sneezes, he starts babbling afterwards. It's the most cutest thing, but he insists on having. He thinks his sneezing is the beginning of a conversation.
Bogies. He's playing bogies with you, bro.
Yeah, why not? And he's getting into the COVID spirit of sneezing on people.
Right, so done. Sorry about that.
So in reverse order, yeah.
In reverse order. So, in third place, Simline, 15 points. In second place, Fazila with 20 points. And the winner with, and I know I'm going to give a shout out to her Insta because it really is awesome. It's at glaucoma.doc, and it's K. Mariana Hernandez Monroy from Mexico with 24 points. It was a great image. I think everyone found something within it that they really, really liked. It's interesting because I did two elements to this competition, and only one person entered the second element of the competition. So by default, the winner of the eye-related competition is Bavin Shah. Well done. Another one to add to your list of accolades, Bavin. I hope that gets on your website and Insta'd and tweeted about with your contact lens practitioner and tech practice of the year awards.
Yeah, you're very sassy, bro.
Well I'm not hating at all.
You know, Holly will know this guy. So there was a guy who was at Bradford Uni with us, and anytime there was a competition of any kind from any of the reps, this guy would buy pretty much all the raffle tickets. Do you remember Shiv?
Yes.
So he'd go to, and thing is, because some of the raffle desks, they'll be on the side, and a lot of students, they get a bit embarrassed to go and approach the raffle desk, right? So he was a bit shameless with it, which was quite good, because I know he won a Volt lens, I know he won some Keeler stuff, and he once opened the boot of his car, and he had all this like merchandise in the back, and I was like, "Where's all this from?" He goes, "I just won loads of raffles, so you got to be in it to win
Ret
it."
out of his boot.
Huh?
Dealing retinoscopes out of his boot. That's one kind of dealer in Bradford, I guess.
You want a ret? I've got a ret. You're a Keeler or ophthalmoscope, or a Heine. What do you want? Come on, crazy! Get your shameless plug in for Heine. Come on.
Yeah. Then you have to put on this video. This video includes paid promotion.
Well, I've not been paid for anything. No paid promotion here. But if Heine would like to pay me, or Keeler, for that matter, I'm, just message me, DM me.
We'll even take payment from Welsh Allen. We don't mind.
Welsh Allen. I use the Welsh Allen Ret. It's my favourite Ret of all time. In all honesty, when we were at uni.
You're Ret.
Sorry.
I thought they did ophthalmoscope.
No, they do Ret.
And Ret. They do Rets as well. I was one of the few people at uni who went for a Keeler ophthalmoscope.
Yeah.
And a Welsh Allen Ret rather than get the set.
Of course.
I just preferred it.
And if Hagstrat are watching and they want to send me a slit lamp, by all means, please do.
Have they not offered you one yet? And then it's been vetoed by those above you.
We will not go there. Don't worry.
Right, everyone. I promised that we would not go on too long today, and
we need to kidnap Mello though. Mello keeps disappearing.
We've been quite efficient, which is really good. So thank you all very much. I know that with Stuart, Stuart, they're going to be seeing a lot of you, mate, because I seem to have pinned you. So going to be a lot of you in this next video.
Right.
drinking your wife's beer.
She don't like beer. It's all mine. Don't worry.
So
bro,
we hopefully are going to get together and do something for ICT. Stuart has invited us, and what I was thinking, Stuart, we'll maybe have a chat about this after.
Yeah, cool.
Because it's a midday thing. We'll have a chat about it, but I think if we can all get together and do something for Stuart, that'd be nice.
I think I was due to do my, we're going to do a case record discussion. Yeah. So I'd like to, I'm happy to set that up for, to do on the day, on the 18th of Jan.
Right.
So yeah, I have a dentist appointment in the morning at 10:30.
Excuses already. We haven't even
no.
I love it. It's already in there.
The excuses have started.
So I'll still be presenting. I just might be dribbling a little bit while I'm presenting. That's all.
That's all right.
Oh, please let them use anesthetic on you. Would be the best.
Yeah. Hey, you my hey ho. I want to show you. So yeah, it'll be me and my baby will be dribbling together.
The baby.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you all there, and at this point I'm going to stop the recording. And congratulations to our winners. Like I said, mad kudos and props to Mariana Hernandez Monroy, and thank you all for taking part. It was really nice of you. We actually had it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
There were some very good images. I was quite surprised.
Sorry?
There's some very good images. I was quite surprised.
All right, everyone. Take care, and I will post the images soon.